One of the best optional activities you can sign up for is a Jeep ride into the countryside to see the beautiful rugged landscape. They bill it as a Lord of the Rings tour. It takes you to some of the locations where the film trilogy was made. In this case, we're going to Glenorchy. It's a total of about a 4-hour tour. The Southern Alps of New Zealand are relatively young, which means they're very steep with vertical faces of granite. The valleys and gorges are quite deep, looking like narrow canyons. These mountains are actually still growing. About 7 millimeters a year, it's estimated based on GPS measurements. This was all part of Gondwanaland. This is an ancient continent that was formed over 500 million years ago, and New Zealand split off from Gondwanaland about 85 million years ago. New Zealand is in a geologically active region because of plate tectonics. Two of the Earth's great plates are in collision here, the Australian plate and the Pacific plate. There are 14 of these tectonic plates that make up the entire surface of the Earth. And in some places where the edges are in collision, like here, we get some spectacular geologic formations. These Alps are really breathtaking, similar to the Alps in Switzerland, but younger and therefore sharper and more vertical and in their own way more dramatic.
This is fabulous scenic on this Lord of the Rings tour. It's really something else. See the mountains, the stream.
This was a very classy Jeep tour. It even comes catered with a picnic. We're having tea and some sweets and coffee. A nice chance to get out and stretch our legs, take a little walk in the forest, chat with some of our fellow travelers amidst this incredibly scenic surroundings. There are several of these Jeep tour companies available in Queenstown. We're going with Nomad today, and they've done a very nice job for us. And the itinerary is really quite similar from one Jeep outfit to the next. They bring you into the deep back countryside, and you stop, take a break, get out, take pictures along the way, of course, stretch your legs, breathe in that fresh air, have some light refreshments, and have a little chat, hang out for a while. We're not in any rush. We're just enjoying the day. Nearly 2/3 of the South Island is mountainous. And here we have the collision of plates with the Australian plate being pushed underneath the Pacific plate. On the North Island, the Australian plate is pushed on top of the Pacific plate. So you can see that there are a lot of geological twists and pulls going on that form these mountains. The North Island also has some mountainous scenery, but not nearly as dramatic as you get with the Southern Alps. The program you're watching was photographed by the Hawaii Geographic Society on our recent tour of New Zealand. We also visited Sydney, Australia as part of the tour, and we'll be showing you episodes from this trip during the season. These trips are always open to the general public, and if you'd like some information, we're going to show you our phone number in just a few minutes. You can give us a call. We'll send you out the free brochure. We also traveled to other parts of the world. We've got half a dozen different European itineraries. Our most popular trip goes from Rome to London by train. We also visit Central Europe. We have a trip to Scandinavia, which has scenery somewhat similar to what you're looking at here in the South Island. Our New Zealand trip began in Queenstown, as you're watching in today's program. And then we continued north. We flew from Queenstown up to Christchurch, spent a few days there, And then we took the train north from Christchurch to Picton on the north end of the South Island. Took the ferry boat across the channel to Wellington, the capital of the country. Then we traveled up to Rotorua and finally on to Auckland. It's all coming up in future episodes of World Traveler, so stay tuned.